It is force. Let me start again.
Thanks so much for joining us.
You are very welcome.
Appreciate it. So, please introduce yourself, tell us who you are, and yeah.
Hello, my name is Gloria Rono. I am a Kenyan and I'm an Australian, and I've been in Australia for 11 years. I have so many hats. So I am a disability support worker. I am a student currently studying occupational therapy. I'm in my last placement of occupational therapy. I am also a business owner or businesses owner. I am co-owner of Studio 463, that's where we are today. And I'm also a co-owner of an NDIS company that we just recently started. Who is Gloria? Wow, that is a very hard question. Who is Gloria? Gloria is love. Gloria is laughter. Gloria is sadness sometimes. Gloria is fragile. Gloria is strong. Gloria is beautiful. Yeah. What makes me characterize myself as that is sometimes I'm strong, sometimes I'm fragile, sometimes I pretend to be strong but I'm fragile, and sometimes I'm laughter and happiness. So it's just a mixture of emotions, which is normal for every human being, I guess. Gloria before Australia. Gloria before Australia was ratchet. Gloria before Australia was a baby. I was immature, I was learning, and I was having fun, I guess. Having fun while learning and making mistakes, and sometimes not learning from my mistakes. So Gloria before Australia was that, a baby. And Gloria after Australia was learning. It was relearning. It was rebuilding by breaking down walls. It was maturing up. It was taking responsibilities of your own actions, and it was owning up to my circumstances or the after effects of my decisions. So that is Gloria now. As Gloria right now, the things that I had to let go was the things I had to let go of for me to evolve to where I am right now. I needed to let go of pride. I needed to let go of immaturity. I needed to let go of victimization or just taking myself as a victim always. I needed to let go of, oh my God, I needed to let go of the pain as well, and the decisions and the shame. I needed to let go of all that, and I needed to embrace forgiveness. I needed to embrace the new me. When I moved to Australia, it was hard to find my people first. I didn't get to know a lot of my people, like my community. I just had one family, which I'm grateful for. That was Marion. They hosted me and all that. And then I got involved in the church, which was amazing. I now got to meet my community, but that came way later. When I came to Australia, I felt alienated, I felt isolated, I felt alone. It was really hard. It was really hard. I remember calling my dad and telling him, where have you brought me to? Where have you brought me to? You walk, you're trying to smile at a person, they don't smile at you. Or if it's an Aussie smiling at you, it was those fake smiles. And I was like, where have you brought me to? People are not friendly as much, or that was the first impression I had. There was so much culture shock I had to navigate. So yes, I felt very isolated at first. I just wanted a family. I just wanted someone who called me. My mom is all the way down there in Kenya. My dad is all the way there. My siblings, I'm by myself. I just needed someone to call me a family when I was in Australia. How I managed COVID, that was a few years ago. Who thought? It's already a few years ago. I think by then I'd already established my community, but COVID, especially in in Melbourne, it was really hard because it was hard to meet your friends. It was hard to meet your family in Australia. But I was lucky because as a support worker, we were allowed to go out and work. So that helped me a bit because I was able to meet some of my friends at work. So it was not so bad for me as it was for other people. How COVID shaped my perspective about mental health in my community. It really made me realize, as much as we say we have found our community, that we're still isolated, with or without COVID. Like, it made me change, and it made me think that we really need to come together as a community to just talk about mental health. Mental health in our community is considered as a rich man's disease or something like that. It's never spoke about. And after COVID, you see how many people were isolated. You see the after effects of COVID. It made me think like, yeah, as a community, we needed to do something. We needed to say something. We needed to see businesses that handle mental health with people who actually look like us. We needed therapists, counselors, psychologists who are from our culture, because they will know how to handle things for our community, you know? It made me think a lot about where the gaps were and what we needed to do. Studio 463, I thought about this business when I went for a modeling job, and there was this beautiful lady, she's an Aussie, that had a studio. And I was like, wow, I've not seen anyone having a studio for Africans, for Black community. And I was like, okay, I need to do something. Who will I call? And Ange just came to my mind. And mind you, I had only met Ange for only once. I had met this girl only once, but we hit it off. And it was just something. I was like, we needed to do this. I told Angie about it. She's like, yeah, let me think about it. Let me pray about it. And then I'll get back to you. A few months go by, and then Angie calls me and she's like, girl, let's do this. Let's do this, girl. Let's do this. And Angie ran with a vision, and it took off. So yes, this was an answered prayer. It was something that came, and it was birthed just with a gap that we noticed during COVID. We noticed after COVID, and the gaps that are in the Black community, in the African community. Yeah. The cracks that I feel that were exposed through COVID was there's still a little bit of isolation. People are still suffering from isolation. People are still suffering from the shame of speaking out, of the shame of asking for help. And I'm just here to say, we are one. We are together in this. It doesn't help you being isolated and being in the house by yourself and knowing that you're not doing well. It is okay not to be okay, but what is not okay is for you to be silent. This space, Studio 463, has had the privilege of hosting the greats. I'll say the greats because we are all great in what we do. So we have hosted so many people with so many talent, and you see the African community who come and light up when they walk in through that door, and they just like, we're so happy to see a Black African Australian owning businesses that will cater for us, that will allow us to come and do our thing, to come and do our culture things and all that. So it is beautiful, and it has allowed us to help people do them without any judgment, without any, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just beautiful, and I'm happy we have opened that door for people. The narrative that I want to change using 463, I want to change the narrative that I didn't know where to express myself. I didn't know where to express myself. I want someone to come. I'm like, I found where to express myself, and that was Studio 463. I found where I can do my photography with no judgment, or do my modeling with no judgment. I found somewhere where I can actually see models just like me in this space where we are very rarely represented. So that is the language I want to change. How I balanced my African heritage and being in a new land, especially being isolated here, it was, what I was fighting was isolation again. I fought isolation. I tried as much as possible to network. If I saw any African in the city, I would try and go and say hi to them. So I tried to network with our people. I try to go out there. If I see their events, I will love, and I try to go and meet new people. Again, how I embrace you embrace your culture by just the food that you eat, introducing it to also the Australians out there, so they can enjoy our heritage. So that's how I balance, and I kept my heritage alive. I don't want to forget where I came from. So our vision as 463, as what we write in our board, is unleashing your creativity. We are a place where we allow people to unleash their creativity. No judgments, no condemnation. Just come and unleash your creativity. Let people see who you are through your art. It is 463, and then love, and then unleashing your creativity, and then growth, and then big studios, and then love. I guess so. I don't know what to say. You're welcome.